Good morning. I'm Tony Van Veen, CEO of Discmakers, still coming to you from Discmakers' top secret Caribbean headquarters. Welcome to part 2 of my 2-part series on how to get the most out of your band rehearsals. In the first video, I covered the 3 purposes of rehearsals: composing great songs, rehearsing the songs till you can play them in your sleep, and perfecting your live performance. If you haven't seen that video, you may want to start by watching it first. There's a link in the bio below this video. Today, I'm talking to you about how to make your rehearsals the most effective use of your time. And trust me, it's no rocket science. I'm not that brilliant. Here's the secret. Start treating your rehearsals like work. Yeah, that's it. Look, we all have lives outside of music, and we all have only 24 hours in a day. The more productive your band practices, the better you will be in the shortest amount of time possible. You will be better faster and spend less time in practice because you're using your time more productively. What does it mean to treat a rehearsal like work? It's not that complicated. Number 1, start on time. If your drummer consistently shows up late, and I say this as a recovering drummer myself, he's wasting everyone else's time. Number 2, be sober. Yes, it might be fun to hang out with your bandmates and pound a few beers while you're jamming, but playing buzzed is not the most productive way to really become proficient at your songs. Look, just because you're sober doesn't mean you can't have fun during rehearsals, right? I mean, this is your music, these are your mates, so by all means enjoy yourself, but with discipline. Number 3, just like starting on time, end at the agreed upon time. Discipline is part of the process, and you or your bandmates may have a husband, a wife, kids, or a second job to get to. Can you occasionally run over time if you're really in a groove while composing and you don't want to kill the vibe? Sure, but it's got to be the exception, not the rule, and you'll need to get your bandmates okay. Like, hey guys, we're scheduled to end in 15 minutes, but we're in such a great groove. You guys okay if we run over by 15? Then, number 4, for each practice, you want to come in with a plan. At the very least, you want to know, what are we doing today? Composing, rehearsing, or working on our live show. If you know what to work on, you can be prepared. Maybe you bring an outline of a song you were working on, or you'll know which songs you're rehearsing so that you can practice in between rehearsals at home. Coming up with a plan for rehearsal is not complicated, but ideally it should not be decided at the start of practice, because then you can't prepare mentally before rehearsal. It's best to take 2 minutes at the end of rehearsal to get an agreement on what you're going to work on during the next rehearsal. Now, you probably haven't been approaching your rehearsals in this kind of disciplined manner, treating them like work. And that's water under the bridge. We can't change the past, we can only change the future. So, one important thing, if you want to start implementing some of the suggestions I just made, is to get your bandmates to buy in. Talk to them about what you want to change and why. Feel free to send them a link to this video and have a discussion, and keep talking until you have agreement on what kind of practices you're going to have: undisciplined and maximal fun, or disciplined and maximally productive. There's one other positive side effect of treating your rehearsals like work. It brings to you a certain professional mindset. Many of us who got into bands did so with our friends. Our friends became our bandmates, or our bandmates became our friends, which is cool and all, but we also know that much of the time, bandmates don't stay friends with each other. And it can happen that a great bass player gets kicked out of the band because he can't get along with the others any longer. If instead you treat your rehearsals like work, the dynamic becomes a tiny bit more like your day job. I mean, I like most of my day job colleagues. I'm friendly with a number of them, but I certainly don't love all of them. But like them or not, if they are good at their job, I'm happy to have them on the team. Same with your rehearsals. Treating them like work allows you to assess your bandmates based on how much they are an asset to the band and not get distracted by personality quirks that might otherwise negatively impact band dynamics. Remember, if you have 2 rehearsals of 2 hours each a week, that's 4 hours of rehearsing a week. And if by doing a bit of planning and discipline, you can become 25% more productive, that is the equivalent of 5 hours of practice squeezed into 4 hours of work. It still takes you the same 4 hours, but you'll get to your goals that much faster. You ready to try it? Let me know in the comments what you think, or if you have other rehearsal tips that work for you. I hope you found this helpful. See you next time.